Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave, and today we're continuing our playthrough of Enemy Action Ardennes, Battle of the Bulge. This is part 2 for December 17th, so I already played approximately half of the day. And once again, I got a few errors I need to correct here. Again, my friend 100 Rolls YouTube channel is helping me with corrections again. It looks like a lot, but there's several things in here. It wasn't horrible. I think I got a little better actually. At first when I was looking at this, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting worse, but it really wasn't. One of the things I did, I overstacked here with the Piper division. When he came in there, that was a full unit, so this division would have had to stay back, so I put him back out of there. It didn't change the combat, I don't think, enough to worry about. I could have, when I played this card, when I activated them and activated him, I probably could have played my assault coordination then and done that, but I didn't, so that's okay. And then the next thing I ran into was I had a 5th Corps card that I played, which was deploy all Corps reserves, and the 2 reserves was this 1st Division and this 9th Division, and I actually couldn't play them, and the thing that I learned on that was, and this is why people commenting really help sometimes, right, is because I was doing my check for who's next to or who can reach what units within 3 hexes, and I was just counting, like here I would just count 1, 2, 3 because it was 3 hexes, but it's actually the movement that you're doing when you if you could actually move, and he couldn't move here because there's zone of control, so they can't move, he can't move. This whole line all the way down to here, and then here is going to be blocked for zone of control, so nobody can move and get in there. So the next thing, so I couldn't deploy the 5th Corps. Activate all units in the Corps. Okay, so that's what I should have done. I should have done an activation of all units in the Corps. Being as I did not do that, I'm not really sure if there's anything else that I would change there. I could have tried to activate. Quite honestly, there's nobody here with more strength than what I got, so I know they can't attack, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have withdrawn, and there's no gap in the line up here for them to fill, so I don't think anything would change right there. So I would say that if they would have activated, they wouldn't have done anything there. So I'm going to leave them like that for that fix. Okay, one of the other things, yeah, so I would have done the activation, and then let me see. The other one was this unit does not, so I made a mistake here. Make sure I can see. So this unit does not have zone of control because they're dispersed. So where this armor unit was back here, he wouldn't have deployed there. He should have deployed here. This put him in proximate with the German units. They don't have zone of control, so he's not, doesn't have to worry about being adjacent, and he's within 3 hexes of his own division and corps counters. So he's actually here. This guy does not move. I was right with that because he's controlling those victory points back there. Okay. And so I think and actually he could get an improved position marker there when he deployed. Okay. So we got that guy there. All right. All right. So I think that that catches me back up. So we're gonna keep rolling here and see what we can do. I got to draw one card. It's going to be the 1st SS Piper Division. No fuel, or the 150th. I can activate the Piper, ignore Allied zone of controls, so I could use him to move if I want to. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that right now. I think what I am going to do up here is I'm going to play the 67th Corps in the 6th Army. That's the guys all the way up here. So we're going to activate them. We're going to have, so I have these guys here. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do an assault coordination with a combat card right here. Slide my camera over a little bit. And I'm going to use this 1st SS right here to go with these guys. And we're going to assault this unit and these guys onto him. And I'm going to try to punch a hole in this and see if I can cause a few things to happen, I hope. Anyway, okay, so I have 3, 6, 10, 12, and 14. So I'm 14 to 3, which is 4 to 1. So we're going to put a little 4 to 1 on here for my odds, or 4 to 1. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and just checking. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one's an elite, that gives me 6. 5, 6, and then a combat tactic gives me 7. So I have 7 chip pulls that I can do. Let's see, 7 chip pulls right here. The defender is 2. He is an elite, but he's not in an improved position. So we're going to pull his card, and he has nothing. Combat air power, which isn't in play yet. So nothing there. Okay. So I get to pull my first 2 chits. Let me see what they tell us. We're at 4 to 1. Here we go. Oh crap. Defender elite. Whoops. Drop that. Let's see. Sorry. Here we are. Defender elite. So that hurts. Oh my goodness. That's a city. He's not in a city. Town, forest, or woods. Believe he's in broken terrain. Yeah. So nothing there. So that one's not going to do anything. So far, it did not go my way. So you better believe I need to pull the other 5 chits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. All right, let's see what we got. Attacker greater than 8 to 1? No. Attacker less than 3 to 1? No. So that one's out. Attacker artillery? No. Defender artillery? No. Man, not getting anything to help me here. City or town? No. Forest woods are broken? Yes. Well, that went against me. I'm not going to do anything to this guy. Attacker artillery, defender artillery? Nope. What a horrible draw. Large attack? Yes. No allied air power. So I got one on him, and he's -2, and I take an attacker hit. So that was a horrible, horrible result. All right. So all of these come off. Wow. Well, if I'm going to have a bad attack, I guess that's the place to have it. So I didn't do what I wanted to do there, that's for sure. And I got to take an attacker loss, and I'm thinking of, I have 277, 326. I'm going to drop. I really don't want to lose those guys yet. I'm going to take this loss, so I use this counter here. This is one of the, where this unit started as a 3-step, and he's going to go down to this 1-step now. He was a 2-step, so we'll take this one out. Put this one in, and he becomes a 2-step. If he loses another one, he'll be eliminated. Okay. So I got nothing out of that battle. Nothing. Oh, horrible, horrible result. Okay, and I spent 3 points, so I still got another one to do. So here, I'm coming down here to the 67th Panzer Corps. That's down here. So we're coming down into the 67th, right here. We're playing this. All right, I'm going to bring across this guy right here. I'm going to move this one up. That'll give me flanking on him now. And then it costs me 3 to move there. I can't get into that hex, but I'm trying to get him in position up there to do something. And then these two are going to stay. Let's see. The woods cost me 1 for the infantry to move in. So he could move 1, 2, 3, and he can get in there. Okay. So I'm trying to get a build-up going here. And, oh, you know what? On that last card, but there weren't any reserves to add. He didn't have anybody that would have added up there. Yeah, it wouldn't have counted for the hidden defender up here. So I'm still good on that one. That's something else I gotta remember, right? Okay, that's all right. Here we go. Here's the 67th Panzer Corps. Now these 2 stacks here are going to be halved because they're across the river. This one won't be, and I can use Combat Engineers card with this, and that gives me 1 extra on my tactic. Let me make, or 1 extra strength point. I'm looking for that real quick. Make sure I said that right. Well, come on. There's so many of these little systems and tactics. Combat engineers on the attacker, add 1 to my combat strength. In addition, remove an IP marker. Well, I really don't have that. Maybe I don't want to play this right now. Let's count up our strength and see if it makes a difference on my odds or not. This would be 3, 5, 9, 12, 16, halved is 8. 8 and 4 is 12. 15, 18 to 4. Yeah, 1 ain't gonna make any difference. 18 to 4 is 4 to 1. Yeah, that's not gonna help me any. So my odds there are 4 to 1. Okay, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have an elite unit which makes 9. And nobody with more than 2 steps. So I have 9 for my chip pull. Right here. Oops, let's back it up a little bit so you can see the chits when I pull them. Okay, now we have to check him. This is the 1st Army 5th Corps, so no hidden division. Combat Tank Battalion. All right, I made a mistake with this one other time. I got to make sure I read this right. Add 1 to the Allied combat strength. Fills the requirements for armor if Allied units in combat do not already possess armor. This is my combat tactics, Tank Battalion. So add 1 to his strength. So that makes him 3, that makes him 5. Right? He was 4, that makes him 5. I'm going to count mine again, make sure I didn't change my odds. 5, 5, 9, 12, 16. So 8, 12, 15, 18. Oh, 18 to 5 makes it 3 to 1. So it did reduce my odds. So I go to 3 to 1 now. Crap. Man. Okay. Part of the game. He's a strength of 2. So we get 2 chits. We have Defender. He's not in the town. And it's not clear terrain. And greater than 1.5 to 1, less than 1 to 1. Greater than 1.5 to 1. So we both take that. Okay, so that's 2 chits. I'm drawing the other 7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's see what we got. We have only attacker armor, no, because he has that tank battalion. Only defender armor, no, so that one doesn't count. We have greater than 6 to 1, no. Greater than 4 to 1, no, I had it. IP crossfire, no. Dispersed or unsupplied, no. Man! Dispersed or unsupplied, defender adjacent. No. And I'm just looking, I want to look at those real quick. let's see, defender adjacent, if the defender is adjacent to a supplied non-dispersed friendly, no. IP applies if the defender occupies an IP, thank goodness, no. So far, this has been a wash. Only attacker combined arms, no. Only defender, no. Man, greater than 7 to 1, no. Greater than 4 to 1, no. Wow. Greater than 7 to 1, no. Flank attack, yes. All right. Wow. Out of all that, I got 2 hits on him and 1 hit on me. Woo! That was rough. That was rough. Holy cow. Okay. If unit hits are greater than or equal to defending steps, retreat 1. All right. He can't retreat here, he can't retreat here, so he has to pull back here. 1, 2, right there. That gets him down to 1 hit. So I pushed him back. Okay, if losing step would cause the units to exert no zone of control from the hex it occupies, retreat 1 hex. Now, this time, this one applies because if he loses a unit, he only has 1 unit here and they would not exert a zone of control. So they're going to retreat. And retreats priorities into a hex occupied, let's see, tiebreaker, roadblocks, avoiding restrictions, unbridged, not into a enemy town, stacking, okay there, yeah. So his primary retreat would be this direction right here. Okay, so I pushed him back. Now I have to take a loss and get all this stuff off the board here. Wow, that was 2 rotten draws that I had there. Rotten, I tell you. Man, I just thought I'd do better than that. Okay, we're going to take a loss. This guy, who I don't want to, maybe don't want to take him. What have I got over here? Maybe the same thing, yeah. He's already taken 1. I don't want to take it there. What I got up here? 4, 4, and a 3. These guys are my elites, but I may have to take 1 there in my armor. So he'll take a hit. Okay. Now, these guys can move. The infantry can only go 1, but the armor can go 2. 1, 2. One of these guys, the armor unit, is going to cross the river here. 1. That's all he can go. One of these guys can cross the river here. 1. And that's it. I can't go any farther there. Okay. All right. That's the end of my impulse. Now we do the Allied impulse. No command. Event, engineers. So let's see what the event for engineers is. Events. Okay. Conduct one of the following in priority order. Replace a roadblock in a VP hex. Victory point hex. he's not in a victory point hex there. Okay. Or in Allied supply with an Allied reserve unit per 15.4. So my reserve units are 5th Corps, and they would not be down there, so I don't have a reserve unit to put in there. Place a roadblock marker in an unoccupied road position hex with a hold value greater than or equal to 3 within 2 hexes of a supplied German unit in Allied and German communication not adjacent to an Allied unit. All right, let's figure out what that is. All right, I'm going to go through and figure this out. Okay, so I'm looking for these on a road 3 or higher within 2 hexes of a German and not adjacent to an Allied unit. So I don't have any up here. The only one I found actually was this one. It's 2 hexes from a German, not from those, but from here it's 2 hexes from the Germans. It's not adjacent to an Allied. It is a 3. Out here, these 3s are farther than 2 hexes from the Germans, so none of them apply. This doesn't apply. This one doesn't apply. And I get down here, this doesn't apply because I haven't moved my Germans up yet where that one could have applied. So my only roadblock is going to be right here. So he gets a roadblock right there. All right. That's the Allied impulse. Back to the Germans. We draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Right, let's see what we got this time. First SS, like that. Army Group B. German Army, Army Group B. And the 58th Panzer Corps. And on this last activation, we had the 57th, and we activated that first SS up there because we used him in the battle. So there, we won't be doing anything with the first SS this time. All right. So I got to do a little studying here because I got 2 army cards here that I can use now, and I want to see what I can do with those. All right. You may think this is a waste, and it may be because I'm learning the game, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to play my 7th Army any command event, and the command event I'm playing is my bridge engineers, and I can repair any bridge, and this is the bridge that I'm repairing right here. So they're going to fix that bridge, and that opens this up, and it's in my control. So I'm going to put a bridge token that shows I'm in control of that bridge. These 2 guys are right there ready to cross. Now I can get across that bridge. And that's 4 points. So that gets rid of my impulse. And that brings me up to the Allied impulse. And they are going to do 12th Corps, 4th Armored and 10th Armored Division. Deploy 4th and 10th Armored Division reserves. There aren't any that I have to do. Fourth Armored. Oh, there is a 10th Armored and a 4th Armored Division. Deploy the 4 and the 10A Division reserves. We have those to deploy. They're right here. All right. Now, got to get this right this time. That's these guys right in here. Okay, not wandering. All right, hang on just a second. I want to get my book out, make sure I get these guys in the right spot with the A deployment. Okay, so this is what these little counters here are for, to pick your positions where you think they can go. So I have the 4th Division right here, and I have a 4th Division replacement. So he needs to be within 3 hexes of this unit and in proximate of the Germans. Now again, you have to calculate this based on their movements. So the only place the Germans could get to that are proximate on this side is right here, because they can't get across the river here. So within 3 hexes and proximate to the Germans is this hex right here. On this side, the Germans can go 1, 2, 3, and that's 6. So he can only go 5. So he can get to here. So proximate up here would be here and here. So we have one here. He would be proximate there. This guy has to cross the river. He can't go anywhere. This guy's across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the same thing. 4 there. So that's his position right there. So we're within 3. So they go into the hex with the highest HV. This one has none, and this one has a 3. So the 4th Division is going to come in here. So that's where he comes in at. Okay. Now, the 10th Armored is within 3 hexes of this unit in the same corps. So that's again here, and now we're within 3 here but proximate to the Germans. So again, I would say here, if he can go that high. Or am I doing the wrong thing? I did. Wait a minute. That's fine for that guy because that's his division, but the core area is down here. So he goes close to the division. Yes. This guy is going to be in the same core. Now, these Germans are all across, so proximate for them is here, and that's it. That's as far as they can move. So 1, 2, oh, wait a minute. You know what? Look, this is 4th Division down here too. So just a second there. Before I get carried away, proximate for this guy, they can only get to there. So he would be here, would be here, and he would be here. Right. So this guy, that one's right up there. He's the westernmost, and he's within 3 hexes of the same division counter. This guy is down here, and I can be either one of those. Now the 10th Armored would be by the same corps, and their core area is down, is right down through here, is in this area right here. So for these guys, they would be here and here. Yes. And I would say this is the westernmost. He's within 3 hexes of his own division. Neither one of them has a high value. Oh, he could be within 3 hexes of my division. And German unit has to be proximate. So that's where they are. That's where they are. They're not proximate back here. So he would go, the 10th Armored would go in there. He goes there. Because that's his core area. Now I'm just thinking here about this guy, because this guy was way up there, and it's really not in the core area. He got assigned up there as a reserve, I think. And this guy, would he really come in up there, or would he would come in down here? That's what I think. I don't think he would be up there with those guys. I think he would be down here in his core area, and proximate for him would be right here. So he would place and he would place, and that's where those 2 guys would go. All right. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking with that. All right. Okay, time for me to draw my next card. I get the 66th Corps. It's these guys right here. So this guy here is a 3, and he's green, and he's dispersed. I would have 5, 7, 12 to 3 would be 4 to 1 odds. If I use that right there. Which maybe could work out for me. I have a reinforced battle there, which ain't a bad deal. On the let's see, German, tactics, select 1 active or inactive stack that did not move or attack into current activation that could reach the combat in a single turn. So okay, I think that might just be what I do here. I'm going to activate this 66th Corps right up here. He's going to move. That's 2. He's on the road. That's 1, 2, 3. He's coming around this way. 1, 2. Now we have this guy where I want him, and we're going to put reinforced battle. So these guys are right there. To do this battle right here. All right. So I think that's what I want. This guy here is a 3. I have 2, 7, 4 makes 11, 4 makes 15, 1 makes 16, and 5 makes 21, to 3, finally, 7 to 1. So I have 7-to-1 odds. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 for the tactic card. Combat card gives me 7. I have a elite. So he's 8. So I have 8 cards that I can pull. 8 chits. Alright. He gets a combat card. Bug out. Let's see what happens here with bug out. See if he can bug out. He may not. Yeah, I think he can. Let's see if he does or not. Combat. Bug out. Prior to combat resolution, if the combat odds are greater than 3-to-1, conduct an allied hold check die roll. The result indicates a retreat. Retreat the defending stack 2 hexes in accordance with the retreat rules, but do not place a disperse marker, and the attack is considered resolved. The attackers may advance after combat. If the die result indicates a hold, resolve the combat normally. Okay. So he's got a 0 there. So I got to get my hold table. Okay, hold chance. The hex HB, there is none. Number of defending steps. He has 2. Okay. If initial attacks across the river, nope. If their units are surrounded or out of communication, nope. +4 if all retreat routes would require an extra step loss, no. +2 if they've already retreated, no. Okay, result, less than or equal to hold chance. His hold chance is a 2. Right. Here we go for my die roll right here. Oh, it's a 3. He's going to stay and fight. Had to be less than or equal to hold. Okay. So we're going to get combat here onto this one. Right here. All right. I get 2 chits to start with. Here we go. We have forest or city, no. Broken or clear, no, it's woods. So this one comes down here. Double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's woods. Yep, it's a woods hex. Dang it. Greater than 1-to-1, less than. Daggone it. I take a hit. All right. That's 2. We're drawing 6 more on this guy. I want him gone. Here we go. See what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Greater than 3-to-1, and this is a blue one, so our less than 2-to-1. So we're greater than 3-to-1. Attacker artillery, nope. Defender artillery, nope. That goes down. Greater than 2-to-1, yes. A flank attack, yes, I have a flank attack. Greater than 9-to-1, no. Greater than 5-to-1, yes. Large attack, yes. Okay. I take 1 hit, and he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. I can pretty much guarantee you this guy's wiped out. First thing he does, he's going to retreat, and he has to retreat this direction. 1. Okay, that leaves him with 5 to take. Second one, if it's greater than that, he retreats again. It's 2. Leaves me with 4 hits. Those 4 hits are going to consume him, so I eliminated this unit. Now I can move in. Here's what I decided I wanted to do. These 2 guys are going to move here. This one's going to move here, and that's where they're going to hold. These guys, they could move here. In fact, they can move there. He is an infantry. He can only move 1. Yeah, so I'm not going to move these guys. I'm going to hold them right there. Alright, so my corps, that was the 66th and the 58th Corps helped them there. Okay, that gets all this off, but before I dump those, I got to put all these chips back into my cup. Those were some sucky chips that went back in the cup there. All of these come off. Get all this stuff off. I have to take 1 hit. So, let's see. He's a pretty good unit. 4. Ooh, he goes to 2. This guy's a 5. Wow. That 2 goes to a 1. Oh, I should have had an extra one because of his strength. He was 4 in green. I'm going to reduce him. He's now 4. He's got 3 pips. And he's not green anymore. I think I had 2 of those. So I actually had extra chits. I didn't even need them. Okay. Alright, so I got those 2 guys. That worked. And that was a total of 4 points. So we now go back to the Allied. Whoa, I hit my camera, didn't I? Gee whiz. Gee whiz. Okay. I bumped my camera, didn't even see it till I got over here, and I was like, what the heck? Alright. Poor camera work. Man, I'm going to have to hire me a cameraman or something, I think. Alright, so I defeated the unit that was here, and the 66th was here and here, and they came in here, and I took 1 hit off of that unit. That was a green unit, and he's seasoned now, and he still has 3 pips. And then this unit didn't move, so they're just going to stay there. All right. And you know what I didn't do? Man, why do I forget this all the time? I didn't pull his combat tactics. He had combat artillery. They didn't have any artillery. Okay, so that worked out. I didn't pull an artillery card. Okay. Man, I got to remember to do that stuff. Okay. Here we go. This is the Allied Pulse. 5th Corps, 2nd Division and 99th Division. Deploy 1 5th Corps reserve unit. Okay, we can do that. So we have the 9th and we have the 1st. And the 1st Division would be the one we would deploy if there's anybody to deploy this to. So we're up here. Up here now. Again, there's nobody to deploy to because we're not in proximate to any Germans. They can't get through anywhere yet. So the line is still held. So now, and in fact, we wouldn't have done that anyway. I'll show you. That was an A, so that's if you're playing as the Allies. So we don't do that one. So we do activate the 2nd and 99th divisions. So that's what we're doing. The 2nd division is here, and these two are the 99th. So we draw 3 cards, 1, 2, and 3. And we get fill the gap, pull back, fill the gap. So I have 2 fill the gaps. So if one doesn't work, the other one's not going to work either. Okay, for the 99th, there is no gap to fill. We're all connected all the way down here, and none of them would pull out because they would create a gap. Same thing with the 9th division. The 9th division, or the 2nd division I mean, is up here, and he would create a gap. If they pulled out of there, they would create a gap. So they're not going to create a gap. So that one's not going to happen. That one's not going to happen for either one of those cards. All right, pull back. A unit stack in hex less than 5 hold value, able to move, or in danger of surround. Able to move and out of communication. None of those units are out of communication or in danger of surround. They're not in danger of being surrounded. So none of that one's not going to happen either. Okay. Okay, since none of those moved, they can get an IP markers on them now. Okay, so he becomes, as long as they're not in a town, he's in a town, so he doesn't get one. 2nd division, he gets an IP marker, and now he gets an IP marker. Okay, so now this situation got worse up here, because they now have improved positions. All right. And that's the end of the Allied phase. So we now go to the last 2 cards here. I got the 80th Corps, and I have the 46th Corps again. All right. So I think I'm going to take my 1st SS Panzer Corps here. Don't have any reserves. I'm going to activate my units in the Corps. They're available now. I'm up here. And let's see if we can wreak some havoc on these guys. So, I got this guy who's surrounded right here. These guys ready to do something. I got these guys sitting up here. What's this unit here? He's a 3. Yep, and he's good. He's a 3. He's good. These are the 5th Corps. They're a tough corps. So these guys are worth 5 right there. So it cost me 2, 4. It cost me too much. 2. Yeah, it cost me too much to pull back and pull into there. Let's see. This guy's worth 2. I got 8. 18, 21 to 2. Oh, that's plenty good odds right there with them onto that recon unit. That lets me have this little deal right here. What do I got here? 2, 4, 6. That ain't so good. 9. That's 15. I can get an infantry unit up here with him. 1, 2, 3. 11 to 6. Still not good enough. Yeah. Not liking these odds yet. He's at, that's 4 there. I can actually bring this unit up here on top of this guy. It gives me 1 more there. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll move him up. That's 3, and 3 is 6. So I'm good there now. Okay, and then I have this infantry unit. You can move 1, 2, 3, because that's forest. Yep, he can move into there. These guys could move into there. Starts to build this up a little bit, or I try to maneuver around where I get a little more strength. Of course, if I just plow this guy out of there, what have I got here? A 3 right there. Maybe he's the guy I want to try to drive out next. If I get this guy out of here, I can advance. 1, 2, I can put some pressure on this deal right here. That's what I'm trying to do. There's a fuel card right there that I want to get to. And cut these guys off maybe too, because they're tough, but if I can drive them out of there. So I think that's what I'm going to do right here is I think I'll bring this guy up to here and this infantry unit with him. If I leave him on the road, if I can drive him out and get this guy out of there, then I can be in a position to deal with him. Okay. Alright, I think I have my plan here. Yep, I think I have my plan. Okay, if I do it this way, I had 6, 9, 19, 25, 27, 29 to 2. 14, that's 14 to 1 on my odds. I have a 20-sided die here somewhere. Alright, so my odds, there it is 14 to 1. I get 3, 6, 9. I have an elite card, makes it 10. 3 pips makes it 11. So I get, I have another one here. I have 11 chip pulls that I can use to see if I can get rid of this guy now. All right. Okay, he gets a combat tactic. Let's see, is there any that I want to use right here? I want to move those guys. I still have this one. What's this one? The 35th Corps. Infantry infiltration. Nope, this is all, I'm doing this one just like this. Okay. He is a 1, so I only have to pull 1 chit to get a look at this guy. Oh my God. Greater than 1.5 to 1, less than. So I take a hit, he takes a hit. All right. I'm going to pull. He's only going to take 1 hit. So I need 3 hits on him to get rid of him. I'm going to pull 7 altogether. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1 more makes 6, and this is 7. Okay. So we're going to have Woods, forest, or city? Yes, he's in the forest. So he saves a hit. Brother. Dispersed, unsupplied. No. Defender adjacent? Yes. Holy crap. Greater than 6-1? Yes. City? No. Forest, woods are broken. He's in the forest. Defender artillery? No. Did I pull his card? I did not. Did it again. 12th Corps, so he doesn't have a hidden defender. He has artillery. Attacker artillery, no. Defender artillery, yes. Undispersed, unsupplied. A defender adjacent, yes. He does. So all of those counted. Now let's add them up. There's 1, -1, 1, 2. 2 hits on me. So I take 2 hits. He has 1. I can't believe it. 1, 2, 3. And he has -1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't hit him. Oh my gosh. I should have pulled all 11 chits. I got these awful chits back in there again. I take 2 hits. And I don't drive him out of there. I got to go through this again. Okay. He's going to take a hit. And then I can disperse my units for my next 2. So I don't have to take any more hits, but I have to disperse everybody right now. And that's it, the first SS. Now, I can do attack up here with my other SS unit. Wow, that was brutal. Brutal. Just can't believe how brutal that was. If I do this one, this guy here is a 3. We have 6, 8, 12, 14 to 3 is 3-1. Fourteen to 3 is 3-1. And I can play a infantry infiltration, which will give me another one. So I'm at 3-1 odds. Oh, I don't have a combined arms, so I can't. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to call it a day on the first SS. Forget that. Yeah. I don't have a combined arms up there or a reinforce. Okay. I only spent 3 points, so I got to do another combat here. So now we're going to do, I got to get these off the board. Man, first SS is not getting anywhere up here. They should have blown through these guys a long time ago. Whew, having a tough time with this. I'll bet if you play it over again, it'll go completely different. All right, so now I'm playing I want to play my 30 or my 80th Corps down here. So what they're going to do, what I want to do with them is I want to move these guys right here. So he's coming across the river. He's moving to here. He's coming across the river, and he's moving back to here. So I'm trying to get prepared to have some combat up here. Now I'm in danger because he actually has some stronger units than me, but that's the end of that impulse. Okay, now we do the Allied impulse. And it is 8th Corps. Don't have any reserves. Expedite Corps reserves. So does the 8th have any available? They do on the 18th. So these guys come down here and they're now available. That's the 101st. Is now available there. So we expedited the Corps reserves. Right. Alrighty. Now, back to me. Okay, so my draw pile's empty, so now I'm just working out my hand. I have Army Group B Model. And he's going to activate a conf group. And I'm going to put that, let's see, if I put it here, I get everybody within 2 hexes. So that's what I'm going to do. Oops, that bridge, oh yeah, it goes right there. So I have these 2 units there. I get everybody within 2, so that covers most of this. So I get both of these can move here, and he can cross the river. Okay. And he can cross the river because he's coming from a different hex side. That gets him to there. This guy can move to here. Within 2. That means he can do that. He can move here. He can come across the river. They own the bridge here, so 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. All right, so these became an attack. This becomes an attack. All right. So we're going to have a little action here. Now, let's see what happens here. This guy here is a 4. And we're at 2. Ooh, odds aren't very good, are they? 2, 5, 7, 11 to 4 is only 2 to 1. Bam. Or I can play this. Add 1 makes it 12 to 1. Now it's a 3 to 1 odds. That's what they're going to do. 3 to 1 odds. So I have 3 to 1. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 5 for my combat card. He's an elite unit, gives me 6. I didn't get a large battle, but I get 6 chits. Okay. Oops. Right here. So that's this battle right here. 6 chits. Pulling the first 2. And they are Defenders Elite. Nope. Defenders Green. Nope. So that one doesn't count. City Forest. No. Broken Woods. Yes. So that's going to be 1 less hit. I'm drawing the rest of them. I get 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Greater than or equal to 3 to 1. Yes. Allied air power, no. German air power, no. Are you kidding me? Large attack, no. And the other one was Allied air power. Crap. And greater than 2 to 1. One on me, one on him. Well, daggone. Okay. I keep pushing them back. Take these off out of the way for this one. Okay, these three are no good. So I take one hit, he takes one hit. So for him, it's a retreat because he has, oh no, he has one hit and he has 2 steps. So based on that, if losing his step would cause the units to exert no zone of control, it would. Then they retreat 1 hex. Okay. So his retreat arrow is straight back. So he goes back again. I have to take a hit. 3, 2, or 4. I'm going to take it off of this armor unit. He's going to drop to 1 now. And they can advance. So they're going to follow him right there. Oh, I think I have to roll because that was a bridge. See if he blew the bridge. A 1 or 2 and he blows the bridge. 9 does not. Okay. And when I cross that, I have gained control of that bridge right there. This guy won't move. Okay. Well, I'm slowly but surely pushing him back out of my way. All right, now I got another combat that I want to do down here. He's a 3. I have I have 6, I have 10 in that hex right there. They do not get halved. These guys are all going to get halved. I have 3, 6, 9, 14, 16, so that's 8 and 10. That's 18 to 3. That's 6 to 1. So I have 6 to 1. 6 to 1 on this one. Okay, and I have 3, 6, 8. He's elite is 9. He's a 4-step, gives me 10, I do believe, or does it give me 11? Let's see. Chit summary. Green. Ratios. Large attack. Crossfire. Come on, where you at? Terrain. Combat ratios. Oh, here we are. +1, yeah. So I had 3, 6, 9. To get 1 is 10. So I have 10 chits onto this guy right here. Okay. He's a 2, so we're going to draw 2. The first 2 are greater than 6 to 1. Yes. That's 2 hits on him. Greater than 4 to 1. Yes. 2 and 1. So I've hit him 4 times already. The first 2 are going to drive him back, and the next 2 are going to eliminate him. I don't have to draw any more chits. That's why you draw the minimum to see what happens, and I got lucky on this one. So finally, the first 2 hits, 1 hit drives him back here. The second hit is going to drive him back here, and I'm still going to have 2 hits left, which will take off his 2 steps, and he's eliminated. So we take him off, he's eliminated. And I have to take a hit for mine. So I think I'm going to take it on this airborne unit. Or maybe I'll take it off of this guy because he's pretty powerful. He'll go down to 3. He's still green. And that's the end of that. Oh, I didn't do my daggone combat engineers. Would have added 1 to him, right? Which would have made that a 5 to 1. Wait a minute, that changes everything. Because this chit then becomes combat engineer, which he had. So this became 5 to 1 because the combat engineer added that. I'm glad I did that before I threw my chits away. Oh, see? You gotta make sure you pull those. Okay. So I did not have any hidden reinforcements, but did change my odds because the combat engineer card increases his odds by 1. I'm just double checking. Make sure. I don't want to mess it up again. Mess it up enough. Let me see, that said combat, engineers, not combat engineers, defender. I take that back. This stays at 6 to 1. I was thinking of the attackers. This stays at 6 to 1, but he gets an IP marker. So give me that unit back. Put him back on there. He gets an IP marker. Okay. I get 4 hits. I do not eliminate him yet. So I do need to pull some more chits. Out of 10, I've used 2. I'm not going to pull 8 to get 1 more hit. I probably should. But I'm going to pull 5. That gives me a large attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. I get a flank attack. I do. I got a only attacker combined arms. I do. I have a city or town. Yes. He's in a town. I have a greater than 7 to 1. No. Flank attack. Yes. Greater than 4 to 1. Yes. Now I eliminated him. All of those, I eliminated him that time. The IP comes off, and I eliminated him. I'd already taken 1 of my hits. 1, 2 hits on me, so I got to take 1 more. So I think I'll take 1 over here off of these guys. It drops him from a 3 to a 2. But he's still in with those guys. All right, corrected that one before it got out of hand. That's why you gotta stay on top of them, getting those things, combat cards pulled. That's the end of that impulse for me. I gotta shuffle my allied command deck because we used all the cards up with several of these moves. And it's going to be their impulse here. It's going to leave me with 1 last impulse here. And so out of that one, we activated the 85th and the 67th cores were activated. Okay. Well, keep dropping cards while I'm shuffling. That's the problem with these using these sleeves. It makes them hard to shuffle because they catch and slip. Okay, here we go. We're shuffled up. Here he comes. 5th Corps, deploy all Corps reserves. Again, there's nobody to deploy. Expedite Corps reserves. So he does have, does he have anybody on the 18th? No, I think these are all the 82nd. Yeah. So he does not have any Corps reserves to expedite. Okay. Activate all units in the Corps. All right. So here we go. Allied action. 1, 2, and 3. He's got 13, 15, and 20. Germans exposed. Unit stack proximate to German unit stack with situational strength of 2 or less. NA against German unit across the river. So I do not have a stack with 2 or less. None of them are. Okay. So he's not going to have that. Strengthen. Unit proximate to but not stacked with allied unit with strength less than or equal to 3. To which German units with total strength greater than 7th are also proximate. So I have that right here. He's not part of the 5th Corps. Well, he's not going to go. So we have this, he's 3, and I have 3, 6, 9 there. He's 3. There's more than 7 there with them. So he could move there, he could move there. He wouldn't do that because he would break the line. So I would say this guy, let's see, we go 39 down to 1. He's a 5, he's a 3, he's a 3. These guys over here, they wouldn't move out of there. I would say this guy moves into there, and they stay in their IP. They still have zone of control there. This guy, so he would move. I think he would move in there with him. Can he do that? 2. No, and he would not leave the victory points. So he stays there. These guys are there. I think that's it for that one. And then we have withdrawal under fire. Units surrounded or in danger of surround. He's not. Nobody's in danger of surround. Okay, so that's the end of that one. That's the end of the Allied pulse, and that leaves me with these two. I have the 66th Corps right here, and he can play a combat tactic. So this guy's a 3, and we are 4, 6, 11. 11 to 3 is 3 to 1. We're going to take a shot at it. 3 to 1. He has 3, 4. He's got 3 steps there. 5. Oh, and there's another one. 6. So he gets 6 chits on his draw. wait a minute, we're going across the river, so maybe this ain't what we're gonna do. Yep. 7. 4's 11, half of that. No, we're not gonna fight at 2-to-1 odds or 1-to-1 odds. Forget that. So they'll just stay there, and they're not gonna do anything. And that will be the end of my impulse. The Allies get one final impulse. 12th Corps, special, breaking the clouds. No, it's turn 18. Deploy all Corps reserves. They don't have any. Activate all units in the Corps. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's the last 17, 22, 18. Move. Unit stack not adjacent to a supplied German unit. They're adjacent, they're adjacent, they're adjacent, they're adjacent. They're all adjacent, so that one comes off. Open supply line. Either unit proximate to empty hex if occupied by that unit would unable to trace supply, or a unit able to trace supply proximate to hex from which it could do so. Their supplies, they're all good on supply. Pull back. Unit stack in hex, less than 5 hold value. He's in less than 5. If out of, can move to as close as possible to a hex in allied communication. He's in communication. If in communication, move back. Stop when not in danger of surround and not in clearance. So 1, they can't surround from this direction. They can't get around there to surround him, so he's not in danger of surrounded there. He's not in danger of being surrounded, so nobody's going to move. All right. The end of December 17th. Okay. Well, we'll see how we did here. Made some moves. Man, had some bad draws, and made for a tough day on the battlefield. We are at, let's see, end of day. Return all combat chits to the cup. So I do that. And then remove all dispersed and out of fuel markers from the map. So I have dispersed up here. So 1, 2, 3. They come off. Advance the day marker on the calendar. That's going to go to the 18th, which means that all of these reserve units are coming down here now on the 18th. So I have a reserve unit, and then we have this whole stack. Just gonna have to pick them up. Let's see. This is the 82nd Airborne. So I have the 101st and the 82nd, or the 30th Division. The 18th Corps, yeah, they're all available now. Okay, this is December 18th. We're German Supply Card 7, Allied Command Levels 4, delayed reserves. So if I had any delayed, I could be bringing them on. Allied Deployment Method B starts. And okay, so we're good there. All right. Okay, that's the end of part 2 on December 17th. And having a really tough time up here. I didn't get near what I thought was going to happen up there. Doing pretty good in my breakthrough down here. This is kind of bogged down a little bit. I think a couple more playthroughs of this type and you'd start to pick up a little more strategy, but it still depends on, you know, what happens when you're when you're going through all this. My conf group comes off of there now. Oops, grabbed a part. So yeah, it's a tough one here. Oh, I defeated those guys. I can move these guys up. So this is armor, infantry, infantry. These guys, that bridge is blown, so only 2 of them can come across. That's the problem. So do I want to come here with all these guys that are already up here, or leave these guys on the road, I think, and I'll bring across this guy and this guy can come across. So we're over the bridge. If I get a combat, if I can get a event card for that, I need to build back that bridge and help me get across this thing a little quicker. So I got the 9th Armored down here. I got these guys can kind of battle around down here. I'd like to get my 67th moving back over here towards Bastogne. That's where I need to get moving towards, instead of messing around down here with the 9th Armored, and get my bulge going this way. I got a little bit of a battle going in here, and then the 1st SS is just stagnant up here. They just run into a mess, and now everything's getting reinforced. So, not doing well there. Okay, that's the end of this one. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Have a good day.